Nickelodeon gave us some of the most iconic shows of our childhood, but some of the best ones were cut way too soon. From laugh-out-loud comedies to unforgettable teen dramas, these are the live-action series we still can't believe got canceled. Stick around, because you're about to see the top 10 Nickelodeon shows they never should have ended. And trust me, your nostalgia is about to hit hard. But before we get into the video, kindly subscribe to the Animated Memories channel for more content like this. Nickelodeon had a lot of live-action hits, but this one was different. House of Anubis wasn't your typical Nickelodeon show. It was darker, serialized, and actually trusted its audience to follow a mystery. Set in a creepy boarding house filled with secrets, puzzles, and ancient Egyptian mythology, the show stood out in a network known for laugh tracks and bright colors. Every episode pushed the story forward, with cliffhangers that kept fans coming back daily. Yes, the finale technically wrapped things up, but the world of House of Anubis had way more potential. New mysteries, deeper lore, and older versions of the characters could have taken the series to the next level. Instead, Nickelodeon pulled the plug, and one of their most unique live-action shows faded into cult classic status. And honestly, House of Anubis deserved better. Number 9 on the list, How to Rock. How to Rock premiered in 2012. It looked like just another music-based Nickelodeon sitcom, but it actually had a solid message. The show followed Casey Simon as she ditched popularity to embrace her real self, forming a band and finding her own voice. It had catchy songs, relatable themes about identity and pressure, and a cast that clearly had chemistry. Despite that, Nickelodeon canceled it after just one season. The biggest surprise? How to Rock performed extremely well internationally, building a fan base that never got closure. With more time, the show could have grown musically, emotionally, and creatively. Instead, it was gone almost as fast as it arrived, making How to Rock one of Nickelodeon's most underrated live-action cancellations. Number 8 on the list, True Jackson, VP. True Jackson, VP was one of Nickelodeon's most unique live-action shows. Instead of school hallways, it took place in a fashion company, following True, a teenager suddenly running a major business. The show mixed comedy with real lessons about leadership, responsibility, and growing up fast. Keke Palmer carried the series with charisma, making True confident, relatable, and inspiring. Despite strong ratings and a loyal fan base, the show ended after 3 seasons, right when it could have explored True's future, her career, and the challenges of becoming an adult in a grown-up world. Nick didn't just cancel a show, they cut short one of their smartest and most empowering series, and True Jackson VP deserved way more time. Number 7, Big Time Rush. Big Time Rush wasn't just a TV show, it was a full-blown phenomenon. The series followed 4 hockey-playing friends from Minnesota who suddenly became pop stars, blending comedy, music, and over-the-top humor. The chemistry between Kendall, Logan, Carlos, and James made the show feel genuine, and the music only got better with each season. Even after the series ended, the band's popularity kept growing. Tours sold out, albums charted, and fans never left. That's what makes the cancellation sting. Nickelodeon ended Big Time Rush right when it proved it could thrive beyond TV. Years later, the comeback success says it all. Big Time Rush wasn't done. Nickelodeon just stopped the show too soon. Number 6, The Naked Brothers Band. The Naked Brothers Band was lightning in a bottle. It felt raw, chaotic, and different from anything else on Nickelodeon at the time. Shot in a mockumentary style, the show followed a real-life band of kids navigating fame, friendships, and growing up. The music was everywhere, the fan base was intense, and the show launched real careers. It didn't feel manufactured, it felt authentic, which made it stand out in a sea of polished sitcoms. Despite its popularity, the series ended after just 2 seasons, right as the cast was maturing, and the stories could have grown with them. Nick didn't just cancel a show, they shut down a movement. And the Naked Brothers Band deserved to grow up with its audience. Cracking the top 5, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. This show was ahead of its time. Ned's Declassified didn't just tell jokes, it gave actual advice for surviving middle school, wrapped in fast pacing, fourth wall breaks, and unforgettable characters. Ned, Mose, and Cookie felt like real kids dealing with real problems, from bullies to crushes to terrible teachers. And when the show finally ended, it did so at the worst possible moment, right before high school. Fans waited years to see what came next, and never got it. A high school continuation could have elevated the series into something legendary. Instead, Nickelodeon hit the lockers shut too early, and Ned's Declassified remains one of their biggest missed opportunities. Number 4, iCarly. iCarly wasn't just a Nickelodeon show, it was a cultural reset. At a time when the internet was still finding its voice, iCarly captured online humor, viral chaos, and random comedy before most TV shows even tried. Carly, Sam, and Freddie felt like real teens growing up online, and the show constantly evolved with its audience. Memorable characters, absurd sketches, and surprisingly emotional moments kept it fresh season after season. Even though it ran for 5 years, iCarly ended while it still had momentum. There were more stories to tell, more growth to explore, and more chaos left in that web show. When a series ends but never really fades away, that's how you know it stopped too soon. iCarly deserved more. Number 3, Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh is one of the most rewatchable shows Nickelodeon has ever made. The humor was sharp, the timing was perfect, and the dynamic between Drake and Josh carried every episode. It balanced cartoon-level chaos with real sibling energy, creating moments that became instant memes long before social media was a thing. And despite its massive popularity, the show ended after just 4 seasons, with no real send-off that matched its impact. Fans still quote it, clip it, and revisit it years later, which says everything. A show that timeless doesn't just disappear, it gets canceled too early. Nick didn't end Drake and Josh because it ran out of steam. They ended it while it was still iconic. Number 2, Zoey 101. Zoey 101 was peak Nickelodeon teen drama. Set at Pacific Coast Academy, it felt bigger, brighter, and more cinematic than anything Nick had done before. The friendships, relationships, and slow-burn storylines kept fans invested year after year. Zoey and Chase's Will They Won't They became one of the most talked-about arcs on the network. But behind-the-scenes issues led to an abrupt ending, cutting the show off before it could naturally conclude. The finale tried to tie things together, but it never fully delivered the closure fans were waiting for. Zoey 101 didn't fade out, it was taken away, and that's why it lands at number 2. Number 1, Victorious. Victorious wasn't just a show, it was a stage. Starring Victoria Justice, it followed students at Hollywood Arts High School, chasing their dreams with a perfect mix of comedy, music, and heartfelt moments. The characters were iconic, the songs were catchy, and the chemistry on screen made every episode a fan favorite. Even years later, fans still quote lines, cover the songs, and share memes from the show. And yet, Nickelodeon ended it after just 4 seasons. So many storylines were left unresolved. Friendships, romances, and rivalries that could have carried the series even further. Victorious didn't just deserve more seasons, it deserved to shine even brighter. And that's why, for many fans, it's the Nickelodeon show they never should have canceled. And there you have it. The top 10 Nickelodeon live-action shows that were canceled way too soon. From laugh-out-loud comedies to unforgettable teen dramas, these series left us wanting so much more. Which one do you wish would have had just one more season? Drop your answer in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another trip down Nickelodeon memory lane. Because honestly, some shows deserve a second chance.